Welcome back, everybody, to Tales of Eternia. Isn't Farah so cute? I'm excited. Today we're heading up north to the mysterious springs to get our first summon, Undine, the water spirit. But first, a battle in the forest. You have to admit, Rid's skills just sound so much better in Japanese. Alright. As always, we'll do a couple fights in each area, and then I'll cut out the rest to make the video a little smoother. And we got like little egg bears and a giant bear now. Alright, here we are at the mysterious springs. Let's see what kind of enemies we have here. Same? How boring. The background artwork in this game is really nice too, like depending on the area you're in and the area you're fighting. Most people don't even bother to look, but check out the background artwork. It's always really nice. I don't know why I keep observing those load points. I keep thinking it's like a save point. Another poison check. Probably best to put the poison checks on Rid and Farah, since they're the ones usually in the front doing all the fighting, and they get poisoned the most often. So yeah, I want to welcome everybody back to the series. Hope you're having a spectacular day. There's a chest over there. Have to come back for that one, I think. But yeah, for such an old game, I mean, just look how gorgeous the areas look. It's like each dungeon is just really unique, has a really nice look to it. Whereas, like I said in the last episode, newer modern versions of Tales, the dungeons just seem to be these like rectangular, like really boring, repetitive type dungeons. I'm thinking of Zesteria and even Berseria. They're very repetitious in their look. But this game and the older Tales games have really nice looking dungeons. Ooh, a cave behind the waterfall. There's always a secret cave behind the waterfall. And someone is welcoming us.
たどり着きましたね。
これって
It's our first contact with a guardian spirit.
人間を見るのは久しぶりです。
大奨励
Undine. I love that Melody's just up there playing with the bubbles.
本物なんだ。
大奨励ウンディーネ
Now Keel's gonna kind of do his spiel, you know, to Undine. He's very polite. The Japanese that he uses is incredibly, you know, formal and polite. Asking Undine about the Grand Fall, you know, and is it true that it's possibly going to be happening here in the future?
大奨励たるこの私が何の意味もなく人間と言葉を交わすなどよもや思ってはいないでしょうね。
それではやはり
伺いましょう。あなた方の望みを。
So Undine is, you know, saying she'll listen to our request. Melody says, you know, we want you to jump inside this, the Cramo cage. That way we can carry Undine with us and use her as a summon, as well as some spells, which is very cool. The system here, I'll show you after we get Undine, but the Cramo cage magic system in this game is really unique among the Tales games, and it's actually a lot of fun. I like the way they did it. Another reason why this game really stands out in the Tales series. So Undine wants us to come deeper into the dungeon area to see our resolve.
どういう意味なんだ?
覚悟を決める. So it means challenging Undine to a fight, which is usually the way it works. All of the great spirit summons have to challenge us first.
ウンディーネは僕たちの力を見たがっているんだ。大切なのは全力を尽くすことさ。
And Undine can be a pretty tough fight too, since she's the first major boss in this game. But no worries for us, because ikeru, ikeru. I love that. Then Rid's all frustrated. Just Farah is like, we can do this, we can do this. She's always really positive. Always doing her ikeru, ikeru catchphrase. Oh, I have a few items that I haven't equipped yet. Also like the simplicity, you know, of the equipment and that sort of thing. You know, just newer games are just so annoying. You've got the, you know, crafting system and, you know, upgrading system and fusion systems where you're having to upgrade armor and weapons and fusing them with things, and you're never quite sure if it's the most powerful combination or not. And, you know, I just like the simple, you know, hey, there's a new weapon, equip it. You know, there's no special infusions or conversions or upgrading of the weapons. You just, you know, you get a new one and sell the old one. Nice and simple. That's the way it should be. All the crafting and complex stuff just, I don't know, sort of bogs the game down, I feel. You're sitting in town crafting stuff for like half an hour. when you could be out doing something more exciting. Ooh, there was a chest hidden there. How clever. Nothing else? Alrighty then. Yeah, just look how, gorgeous the dungeons look in this. I mean, it's a little tricky to figure out where to walk, but still looks great. And the pixel style art, 2D without the 3D, just, I don't know, so much better. Just feels fresh, really fun. I don't know, it's hard to explain. Well, I did have quite a few fights there that I cut out, but yeah, by cutting out all the fights it makes the dungeon feel quite a bit shorter. But here we are at Undine. So we're about to do our first major boss of the game. Get ready for an epic struggle. Make sure I'm equipped with the best stuff. An apple shield, just what I've always wanted. It's really cool, the area here that Undine resides in. You got the triple waterfall kind of thing going there with the bubble on top. This looks really cool. Even Farah. Everybody's being super polite. Alright, let's get it on. I just realized I'm doing 1 damage because I equipped this sword that's water-based sword. And Undine's a water elemental, so if you have the water sword on, even though it has higher stats, he'll be doing like 1 damage. Same with like, fire sword against a fire enemy, pretty much doing no damage. Get my butt kicked here. Have to make sure I keep stunning her so that she can't cast her spells. Oh yeah, that victory music. Yeah, pretty tough fight, since it's the first major boss in the game. Surprised I didn't lose anybody there. But make sure you come prepared and don't equip the water sword. Okay, so got Undine in our Cramel cage. And there was kind of a tutorial there that I skipped and also walked back to the cave here where we took a break. And Undine mentioned that we need the other summon spirits as well. You know, not just Undine to help stop the Grand Fall, but she didn't give us any hints as to where they are. So in this conversation, the group is kind of discussing, you know, what to do next, and they've decided to go to the Infidia capital city to talk to the king. Of course, Meredy wants to, find all of the, summon spirits, but Rid thinks it's better we talk to the king and, tell them about the Grand Fall and what's going on in the world, and then the king, would be in a better spot to, maybe search for the spirits and help everybody out, because we're just a band of young people that can't do a whole lot on our own. But that's usually the way it is with Tales heroes. They're just some simple, normal people that usually can't do anything on their own, and they end up being extraordinary. So we're heading here on the map, Infidia. The name of the world is Infidia, but also the capital city is Infidia. And in order to get there, we have to go through this creepy forest. The Forest of Amnesia. Forest of No Return. I'll try to show off Undine in one of the fights here so you can see her summon. I'll of course show off all the summons. They're all pretty cool. Celsius is still definitely my favorite. So this dungeon can be actually pretty difficult. The enemies are pretty tough, a lot of zombies. And I equipped the water sword. I love Rid's versions of Majinken. He's got like 4 different versions of Majinken, and they're all really good. Quite unique compared to other Tales games. But I was kind of showing it off there. One of his versions of Majinken, the combo. So yeah, I'll only show a couple fights in this forest, but this place can be pretty daunting and confusing. And the fights can be really tough, especially if you're lost in here for a long time. Just look at that. It's such a cool move. I don't know what it is in English, but I know it sounds stupid in English. But basically the trick... Oh, hey, there's some money. The trick to this place is you eventually come across a room with a bunch of statues. And all the statues are facing in various directions. And it's kind of hard to figure out what to do. but you're supposed to face all the statues inward, so that they're all looking at each other. And but when you first enter the room, the statues are in certain, kind of, organized way, I guess I should say. And so you feel like you need to arrange them like you saw them. So I know it's a little confusing, but so here's a statue here. So you can face him down, left, and right. So I'll face him down. Probably need to do some cooking here. Yasai sarada. Vegetables salad. It's like the TP recipes are the ones that are most used. So you notice I left that statue kind of facing downward. And then here's another statue. I'll face him to the right. It's kind of hard to tell where you can go, too. There is one spot, yeah, here we go. There's one spot here that you can refill your HP. So this is actually a decent spot to, unfortunately doesn't recharge your TP. But it's a good spot to fight enemies and then just constantly be healing your health. Free healing. A nice little spot for leveling up if necessary. Get away from me. Okay, so here's another statue. Let's just face him to the left for an example here. Those guys hurt you if they touch you, and it's pretty difficult to get away from them anyway. But good to keep an eye on the HP. Another statue. Let's face this guy to the left also. Okay, gonna be a lot of fights. Okay, so when you see that message, it means Undine is ready. So I'm gonna have her summoned here. Yeah, so satisfying. So she does a bunch of damage, not a whole lot of damage, but the useful thing is that she heals the entire party for a large chunk of HP. So really nice. Okay, just wanted to show that off. Always satisfying when you pull it off. I probably need to use some holy bottles. Good idea to use holy bottles here because there's so many enemies and you're wandering around so much that it really helps with the random encounters. If you have a holy bottle on, I'll probably start using them. But yeah, you notice this is the statue room, and it's confusing to people. There are 5 statues here. And you'll notice they're facing in various directions. And usually if you come to this room first, people think you need to arrange the statues in these directions that you see here. So left, left, down, down, and a right. But that's not true. They're actually facing the direction that I left them, if you remember. So this top statue does not have an equal. There's only 4. The 4 bottom ones, but the top one is always just facing down, and there is no 5th one. So that confuses people. So here we are again, and this is the way it should be, facing them all, you know, so they're kind of facing each other. So you have to face the other statues in these directions, and then this main room will be set up like that. You can also have them all facing down to get some special items, but then you'll have to go back to all 4 statues and rearrange the original 4. So that's up to you if you want to do that. It can take extra time, a lot of extra fights. But once you do that, a spot will open up. Before this does not open up, and Quickie reveals this spot. And that's like only half of the dungeon. But that's probably the main kind of annoying part of the dungeon, I suppose. That confuses everybody. Now, the second half of this forest, I think there are 5 or 6 special enemies that you have to defeat. And once you do that, the pathway opens up. And this is one of those special enemies. A Jungura. He's a combination of a jungle creature and a juggler. Hence a Jungura. They're not too difficult. And once you defeat one, you get this sort of creepy screaming noise in the jungle. And you know that you got one of them. And then there's a room of statues in this area, and once you find that, you can see how many of them that you've defeated. I think there's 6. There might be 5. It's been a while. Here's another one. And just like that, he's gone. The magic of video editing. I can eliminate the enemies in instant fashion. I was so looking forward to opening that treasure chest, and all it was spectacles. Hey, that bag had money in it though. So there was another one. I insta-killed him because Rid is just so awesome like that. Get off me. So here's the room, and you see I've defeated 3 of them so far, so 3 of the statues vanished. And this guy's corpse has a hint on it. So there's 2 more, so I guess there's only 5. So I gotta find 2 more of those guys and then come back to the statue room. So yeah, quite the dungeon, this place. Definitely bring a full stock of holy bottles to make it easier to move around the maze. Kind of running out of food here too. And of course, Farah fails to cook a sandwich. Okay, so there was another one, so we've got 1 more. And then we're out of this place. It's kind of nice, you can tell where you've been or where you haven't been, you know, by the items, but when you start to pick them all up and then when you get lost, you start to come to areas that you've been to before, and there's no items, so you can't tell if you've been there or not. Hey, got a sword from that chest. Okay, so now I'm heading back to the statue room right quick. Avoid the Grim Reaper at all cost. Especially when there's two of them. Ah! And the last two statues will vanish. And the way forward will be revealed. Finally, we're out of this place. Nope, almost out of this place. It's like, haha, fooled you. Okay, so now we're on the other side of that forest. That place takes quite a while. Like an hour to get through there. See, I love that we're on the bridge. So the battle scene is, straight up a bridge fight. So they really went all out with the fighting scenarios in this game. Wherever you're at, when the battle is triggered, you've got a really nice, appropriate scene for it. So really well done. And here we are at the capital, Eternia, the capital city. So Medity is quite, energetic and surprised to see everything. Of course, so are our heroes, because it's such a big city compared to, the small town that they come from. But Medity is kind of showing a, spectacle of herself here, so the people are wondering what's going on. And remember, she's from Celestia, and people from Celestia aren't really welcomed in this world. And I'll explain why later. But they're trying to keep it a secret that Medity is from Celestia. She's wondering, what's wrong with a person from Celestia? Keel's explaining a little bit. And mostly it's because of the war that Celestia and Infidia had, 2,000 years ago. But Medity is saying Celestians aren't like that at all. They're very, friendly and kind people. But the impression isn't very good here, which is too bad. But anyway, I think I'm going to take a break here. In our next episode, we'll go see the king and see if he can help us with this great catastrophe facing the universe in our game. So thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next episode.